streaming. Let's start streaming and let's see, can we get that going? Okay. All right. We've got the stream going. Let's see. All right, cool. Now it's live. All right, so welcome everybody. This is Mario, and today I'm going to be doing a content audit for the brand Amazfit. Which I think I know it. I think it's a fit band, but I'm not familiar with them at all. Just that I think that I saw that the product is that. So live on Instagram, live on YouTube, and here we go. Content audit. So I've done this before for a few brands, and this is probably the third or fourth time I do it. And I'm gonna have to create one of these that says audit, content audit. Where's my template? We're gonna have to start again. Because I mean, it's okay. Let's continue. Okay, leads. We got the leads, companies, drones, outreach. The outreach is not that. The offers. Okay, so this is the content audit stuff. Here we go. Yeah. And we're gonna just create it. Audit template. All right. And now where we actually perform those content audits. Content creator, editing for creators, agency. Okay. You can see the third time you're doing this, you're still not very organized. Takes more time. UFI content audit. You see, this is the UFI one. So we performed it here. We performed it in leads actually. All right, so here we go. We're gonna just do it here. Bike leads, leads, and audits. Leads and audits. Okay, so we're gonna have here Amazfit. There we go. And the content audit is going to be 1 hour long, okay? Starting from the moment we start the audit. Okay. So as usual, I'm going to be looking at their socials, but particularly their short form content, because that's where I specialize. But also my idea generation is for the long form. Okay, so let's jump into this. Make sure that we switch the camera here. So this is the content audit template that I've got that I'm going to be working off, and the brand is Amazfit. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and do this. Amazfit. Okay. Let's check this to the side. We don't need it for now. There we go. Also, we can check this out. Cool. Amazfit. Is that exactly how you write it? I think so, right? Amazfit. Amazfit Singapore. Okay. And now we're gonna start the clock to 1 hour and 0 minutes. And here we go. All right, so now we're starting the content audit. First time I'm seeing this brand. What can I do in 1 hour for Amazfit as a content audit? Okay, so it's a watch empowering your health. So it's a watch, it's a band, like Apple Watch, stuff like that, Huawei. Good looking stuff. designs. Okay, we got a lot of different stuff here. And let's go right here. Let's go right into it. I don't see TikTok right here. I only see Instagram. Let's go into Instagram to see what we've got. Amazfit Singapore. It's only Singapore? Amazfit Singapore. Or maybe that was the website. Yeah, this is the website. About us. Can we go to Amazfit that is not Singapore? Let's see. Do they have their domain? They do. Got Amazfit Global. And now we've got a different Instagram. And the global, it says UK. Okay. It even sets based on, doesn't say. Okay. No TikTok so far. Okay. No TikTok so far. All right, so unsurprisingly, their Instagram looks very curated. It looks like a shop. The performance is low from what I see here. Very little engagement. Amazfit, come on, you've got one of the most fun products, dude. Why is this so low engagement? Let's take a look at only the reels. I see very curated stuff. And all right, so what I think about these brands is always like, even if you've got this curated front, what are you doing for the actual marketing? Are you playing the game? Is there a horizontal strategy where you're doing another one that is Amazfit, is that how you say it? Amazfit Fun? Is there anything like that? Brofficial. Oh, I think we're doing it a little bit better. Okay. Oh, let me remind myself of the clock. Let's put the clock here on this side. And yeah, I always need the clock to be there. And then did I read it right? And this is bro, like bro science and stuff. Is that Amazfit Brofficial, or is this Brazil? Marca líder en wear inteligente. Oh, I think bro is Brazil. Is bro Brazil? It's Brazil. I thought it was bro, but it's Brazil. Still, good effort. Brazil's doing better, actually. We've got more engagement here. I don't even want to open this ones because I know what I'm going to find there. It's just curated, very good photography or videography, which heads off to you. Awesome. But where's the connection with the people? Okay. Dude, this thing's got a map on it. It's got a map. It's got a map on it. Wow. Okay. That's a bit more advanced than mine. Okay, now we've got a little bit more UGC style content. We got a surfer, kind of like a model, super good looking guy. So we're gonna get some fires in here and some engagement, but only fires? That's it? This is probably all his buddies. Oh, look, that's so curated, man. That's Sony S3 right there. That's okay.
The people who are obsessed are the ones who change the world.
All right, thank you, Alex.
So a very close friend of mine did all the...
Alex the GOAT. All right. So Amazfit, we have here some good UGC stuff. So when I talk about this, I talk about what comes in the official websites. I don't have time to go into, okay, we've got a good horizontal strategy here, but Amazfit supports, let's check that out. Amazfit Egypt, we got all the locations always. Brands love to do this. They love to separate that, and the reason is because their sales teams are separated. So what better way to separate the KPIs and stuff of people? By the way, right off the bat, why is there so many TikTok accounts here, including an official one, and there's no TikTok on the website here? There's no TikTok link here. We've got Facebook, and we're gonna be open that. No, we're not gonna be open that because I don't. It doesn't include that in my audit. 200K subscribe. Okay, so I realized that most of the brands that they have this level of audience in there. Let's see. Amazfit Global. Any fun collabs? Any fun shows that we're doing? Are we exploiting our YouTube? Nope. Just branding. Just pure, unalterated, curated sponsorship and branding videos, TVCs. Red flag. Okay, some helping the people who are here how to operate it. Okay, we've got some ultra fun skydiving here to see what's going on. This is probably a little bit better. Okay. So when I like to see what brands do is that they take an approach where they go out of their way to create something that is not there before. So the ads on your... All right, thank you, CAPTCHAs, for verifying that I'm human. Still, this is a TVC, you know, it's 30 seconds, it's got loud music, there's no story behind it. Who is this guy? Why not who is this guy, right? There's no reason, there's no nothing. All right, let's check the TikTok without further ado. All right, we're doing a little bit better here, I think.
Waking up with an optimal readiness score of 85 today has me feeling young and spry. So let's go ahead and upper body day together. And we might just go get a PR. Why not? Why not me? Why not today? When it comes to training, listening to your body is a whole lot easier said than done. And with the data that I get from my Amazfit Active 2 smartwatch, I can confidently go into each session knowing.
I mean, yeah, good energy.
In tennis, you have to think fast, even in the worst moments.
We've got the, okay.
My races in track and field are won by...
Is this the best we'll see from Gabby Thomas?
And I'm so glad that I had my mom.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not loving it, but...
Come here. I know you're not warming up. What are you doing? You're doing your workouts wrong.
Okay.
We're gonna warm up. I'm gonna teach you in 10 minutes how to warm up. All right, let's go above the Achilles to calf. We'll roll 10. Okay, hamstring. Mobilized, then we've stretched.
Educational, okay. Loving it so far. Maybe the delivery, the packaging, and the editing not as strong as it could be. We've got here the typical unboxing. Let's see. Good ASMR. Not loving the music. If you're going for ASMR, do deliver ASMR. Don't put the music. Especially when you're gonna film this well. You're gonna do this super close up, very clean shots. Funny A7 III. Oh, they do headphones as well, I guess. Earbuds.
Do you want to know what it takes to be a 5-time NBA All-Star?
Yeah, my thinking is like, okay, cool. They're doing like, if you see Whoop, right? Whoop, they kind of go and interview the people. This seems like very scripted. Like, do you want to know what it takes to be an NBA 5-star? I don't think somebody like that, they would talk like that. They would probably, you know, most of those people are very humble, I think, because they know what it takes.
I always preach this to my athletes. You can't cheat the systems. Best ability is availability. If you're not available to play on game day,
sort of like a podcast interview kind of mode.
Okay, hot take. You may be getting brainwashed into thinking you need a $600 plus watch when this $179 watch does the exact same thing and more.
After 2 weeks of reviewing the Balance by Amazfit, these are my key takeaways. Like most watches, it's lightweight and has a sleek design. Where it stands out is its seamless touchscreen interface.
Good, normal, yeah, good.
Okay, hot take. You may be getting brainwashed into thinking you need
As to why I was spending so much on a...
Okay. They're going like we're low cost and stuff like that. All right, let's start the audit. Let's start. Okay. Content audit right here. Number 1, content audit, market research, content strategies, and content format ideas, and a summary. Okay. So this is what we're gonna be doing for this brand right here. This is what I do for all brands. The content they have already, I would say pretty good. It's not optimized, but it's pretty good. They're not all of it is branding, especially on their TikTok. Not all of it is
This
branding.
is my 5th time climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, and here's everything.
These are real stories. We got one girl here who climbs or hikes and goes to Kilimanjaro.
I did different to make summiting the tallest freestanding mountain in the world a little more comfortable. First, I brought an extra sleeping pad.
This is excellent, okay? Because it's just someone
The
going
entire
about their
time.
journey,
The T-Rex also.
and they shared a little bit of how they use their watch. I'm not even gonna look at it, but the content idea is good. Okay, so we got people's stories, like the things that I liked the most. I liked. Didn't like, right? Didn't like. Where? No. Okay. No link to TikTok on website. What are you doing? Liked stories, people's stories, hiking, working out. Okay. That's all good, I think. Yeah. It seems to me the approach they go is that they go to a gym, they look for a coach who is probably like not a big influencer, but it's a local coach in a gym, and they ask for an interview. They ask him to wear the band, and they promote him. That's what I would say how they approach these things, because these are not like very. Some of them might be famous people, like the tennis player here at the top.
In tennis, you have to think.
Yeah, Jasmine Paolini, maybe Italian. So like some of them are like, it's Gabby Thomas. Here we got like an athlete, probably an Olympian or something. And yeah, Olympian runner. Love that bio. Okay, so these are awesome. I'm sure they're expensive collabs because these are Olympians. But I would take a leaf out of their page and just, instead of doing like a cinematic.
My races and track.
The best we'll see from Gabby.
That's another reason.
Instead of doing like a cinematic ad with them, why not just do like a more, yeah, instead of super cinematic approach with athletes, why not a more down to earth moment with them? Okay, like a real thing, more genuine, like a challenge would be something like that. That's gonna come here on the format ideas and content strategy that I would do. Now let's do a little bit of research on the market of this. Yeah, and I'm running a little bit behind, but let's do just like a 5-minute market research of this. And what I mean by that is like, if I go to TikTok and I put like smart band, what's gonna come up first? Let's see. We got smart band shops. Let's see what kind of content we are met with. We've got the Xiaomi.
A lot of people don't know this category really even exists, but remember the original Fitbits? Like when people wanted to track their health, they would buy a Fitbit, and it was like a little band. And then the Apple Watch came along, and nobody really talked about those bands, but there's still pretty great options out there. So the Xiaomi Smart Band...
I never forgot because I had that forever.
Smart bands are a great way to motivate yourself. The problem is that they can be very expensive or have features that...
Yeah, okay, so we got a lot of smart bands. Let's see, smart bands. People call it smart bands or smart watches. So there's a lot of market of this. There's a lot of brands, and they all have their own kind of like unique selling point. With Amazfit or Amazfit or Amazfit. Don't know. Instagram can only search for accounts. That's so boring. It's such a bad approach. But let's see here. Smart bands. Yeah, I'm just gonna get people reviewing them and stuff like that. Okay, we got Garmin, Whoop, and somehow Amazfit is not there. Is Amazfit part of a brand inside of another brand? Is there a child brand or Fitbit? I think this was the original one. Huawei band represent is what I have. Kind of like to try the Amazfit, to be honest. It looks amazing. Surprisingly, it is not coming up on the first tries and stuff. So Amazfit, I think they kind of like, because they have more thing. They got the ring, they got the earbuds. Can this budget smartwatch?
I recently got the chance to try out the new Amazfit Bip 5, a budget-friendly smartwatch that's easy to use and easy to wear.
Smiles. Okay. So market research. Now, I was like, so huge competitors here. Okay, and obviously number one is like the Apple Watch, but then you've got all the other ones that are super well established. You got Garmin, you got Whoop. I think these are the biggest ones. But then you got on the bands, you've got the Xiaomi. You've got, I don't know. This goes on forever. So what I would do with this, so let's go right ahead and go content strategies, because we don't need to talk about the market. I mean, everybody likes a band. The only people who don't wear bands probably are the ones that need it the most. Who doesn't wear a band? Who doesn't wear a band? All right, I think that's one of the questions that I would ask for market research. Who doesn't wear a band? I would invert it. Who wants our product? No, who doesn't want it? Who needs it? Right? And that would be like office men, salespeople. They like the more traditional look of watch, which Amazfit also has. Amazfit also has those type of like more classical looking watch. At least they have the skin on the digital one. I wonder how famous or no, how popular that is on, like this. How popular that is on the classic style of that, right? Now, this could be a good way to differentiate right now and do a horizontal strategy for people who are on the classic, right? So let's start with this. I get too emotional about this. Let's lower my intensity. But All right. Yeah. So my idea would be to tap an untapped market. Yeah, that's what I would do if I were them. Going with an untapped market, and to me that would be the business people. I think the business people are the ones the most in need. I look at this product and to me it screams business. Now, I'm not much of a business person, so obviously I'm biased towards that, but I would say that with this they're targeting that kind of people, right? And this is a 1-hour content audit. I don't know anything about this brand beforehand, but the sports people, like this, to me, this is the question right here. Who doesn't wear a band? And the reason I would ask this question is because the sports people, you've got that. You've got them, right? The reason how to make the sports people, how to make the athletes choose you over the other brands, it's a much more difficult game to play than if you go to an untapped market of how to make the salespeople choose you. Well, you appeal to them. Because if you're the salespeople and you go to the TikTok page of Amazfit, what do you see? You see this live thing of like
fixing the
I go to the gym, I do yoga, I do training, I do football, I play soccer, and you know what? The businessman, why don't you have a page that is all working out in suits? That would be awesome. Okay, so whole page business workout. Now, the way that this would work is that you would approach people who are in sales, who are traveling often, and you would do a series of like how to stay fit during your business trips. Why? Because this is the thing that, who doesn't want to be fit? We all want to be fit, right? But who complains the most about not being fit? People who go to the gym or people who are in business? People who are in business. So those are the people who want to be fit the most because they have very little time. So educational content on how to stay fit, how to skin in your workout in between your meetings and stuff like that, that would be awesome. But you got to do it in a realistic way where the person who is on business feels identified and they can actually do it. Now, if you're a elite businessman, you're traveling by hotels, and those hotels you go to, they've got their own gym, so that's easy, right? But if you are maybe not top level salespeople, they don't make you travel, and you don't got a gym in a Marriott hotel where you go to. So what you do is you sneak it in, you try to find creative ways where creative workouts, creative calisthenic workout, stretches, using your luggage, briefcase, and the whole thing could be, you could choose one person, you could choose character-driven page, which would be one calisthenic dude just on a suit going on a business places. Or in my idea, a much better approach would be several businessmen who dabble on fitness, and they record their workouts. They record their, let's call it sneaky workouts. Their NEATs, for example. NEATs stands for what was it, neat, or is it neat, or like neat, neat, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Okay, recording their needs. Shout out Huberman and Andy Galpin. Okay, so recording their needs, which is like just like that. Don't have to go into that, but like, you know, giving day in life of a businessman who wants to stay fit. And by the way, I'm keeping this to businessman. And what about businesswoman? You know, business girl, boss girl. Different page. Different page. Okay, so horizontal strategy. I would divide them 100%. And you could call that as like a mass fit business, or a mass fit boss, a mass fit business daddy, or something like that. I wouldn't put female and male on the same page. I think it's better if you divide it, because you're kind of getting to the audience that you want a bit more, you know. Yeah, I would divide them. I would do the same formats because they're all the same. They do the same thing. They go on, you know, business girls, whatever. They go on trips. They go on hotels. They have the gyms sometimes. Sometimes they don't. But you can still find a way to do your workout in your hotel room, in the train, in the airplane. Those are fun. Okay, so day one of trying, you can do transformation videos. So for example, transformations, playlists for individuals. You can do playlists for individuals. So on TikTok, if you go to a playlist, you've got all the videos that you selected for that playlist, and they play on a loop. So what that means is that you can take a character, like let's say Marcel's a business guy, and all the videos that he does, they go into that. And then at the end of that video, you can say, if you want to see my complete transformation, just go to the playlist on our TikTok page, and you'll see all my transformation. That is in the case you want to do several characters on one page, which I would recommend. So transformation videos, how to work out. If you're traveling for business, this would be like the hooks. Here's how you sneak in a workout every day as a CEO with multiple meetings. Now, I think this would kind of spark some controversy. There's room for controversy in here as well, because they will be like, oh, you're not working or something like that. But like, if the company they're working for, their value fitness, their value, you know, it's so crazy that some companies don't value fitness, right? But I think it should be mandatory that every office has a pull-up bar. Where's my pull-up bar? The pull-up bar, dude, it's so easy. Just go dead hang. Yeah, of course, some people are gonna be sweaty a little bit bad smell. Well, do a better bathroom so people can actually maybe like do a quick wash if they want to. I don't know. I don't think anything is optimized for our fitness and health on the office world. And what is a Amazfit would like go to the office of a Amazfit, and it's like kind of like pull-up bars everywhere, or like just like benches everywhere where you can bench press. There are dumbbells all over the floor and stuff. Always keep it organized and stuff. Okay, so transformations. how to sneak in workouts, and then I would just put like working. I don't have time to work out. I have meetings all day. So this would be other versus me, right? Than me, okay? And then you will be working out other versus me. So like people who complain about having, you know, no time to work out versus you, because you sneak it in, you can still accomplish your workout. A great guide on this is the guy on Instagram, but he's on, what's he called? He's on Bali. I don't know what his channel name is, but essentially he's like, okay, and he puts like, let's do 1 minute, okay? He shows like 1 minute on the timer, and he does a complete workout. He does like, did you know, like, did you know in 1 minute you can do, and then he does like 5 push-ups, 5 burpees, 5 squats. Anyway, you can do all that with like a comfortable suit and stuff like that. And then Amazfit can start selling comfortable suits too if they wanted to. Or they can partner up. They could partner with classical suits, suit for business and training. Partner for like just comfortable, right? Comfortable suit brand. Partner up with comfortable suit brands. Partner up with training comfortable, suit brands. Why? Because that will be the best collab ever made. Shoes also, you could partner it up with like classical shoes that they look more classical, but they're more oriented to fitness. I mean, you can do a workout there. They're not super pointy at the end. They can maybe spread your toes a little bit. Like we're all aware of that right now, you know. So brands or shoes. The thing about most shoes, they're made to like look for sporty and athletic, and they're awesome. Very, very hard to meet those worlds, but there's a compromise always, of course. You know, compromise like a classical look or fashion, but you gain on functionality and you gain on mobility. To me, it's all about functionality and mobility. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But those would be the ideas. Transformations. Others versus me. Did you know that you can? What else? I think it's a very visually striking to see a business suit working out. Business suit working out. Okay, I think it's very visually striking to have that. And that's just one of the strategies that I would use. Obviously, I would keep this in a horizontal way. In that same manner, just like you could create a page for this niche of people who are over 40 or 50 and they want to do more thing about their health, you can think of that. You know, there's so many avatars, they're untapped, and those people are not met with the option because they're not being talked to. Let's take out Whoop. Or like, let's do like smart band. Let's do a wild Google search for 50 plus. What do we get? Start your wellness journey. I don't think we get anything that pictures of people running outside and stuff like that. And that's all well and good. because that's what people should do, but it's not what people would do, right? What would people do? What would they do? What is the first step? Because they're running outside, they're going to the gym, they're being an athlete. It's a step too far for most people, especially business people over 50 that own a yacht and they're on calls every day. They own a business and they're on calls every day. How do they go about their fitness, right? So the strategy is help those who need it the most, right? I would do mystery gift. So I would approach people with like $1 or mystery gift. And the mystery gift, instead of giving the band, you would give a pass to the gym membership, and gym challenge, let's say, okay? Gym challenge. And then you can partner it up with gyms. If you complete this 30-day challenge on the gym, okay, you get an Amazfit, all right? So the story is, this is more for like a YouTube show, okay? So on a YouTube show, you can go up to people and you do a mystery gift, and then you see, and you kind of record them for 30 days on their journey to the gym. Let's just do gym and let's not do nutrition. They can eat whatever they want. Probably, if they eat whatever they want, probably won't be very successful. The transformation won't be like so exceptional. But you got to start somewhere. And if you can film only the being consistent to the gym, if you take someone from the street who's never been to the gym, or like who doesn't consistently go, nobody's never been to a gym, but like if you take someone who is doesn't go regularly to the gym, which is most people, then you can offer them a challenge of like, okay, stay consistent, come to the gym every day and do a minimal workout. Minimum, you gotta be active for 20 minutes. And you can measure that with a Fitbit. And because they have to measure that with a Fitbit, that's part of like how you introduce the product. And at the end of the 30 days, if they did more than 20 minutes a day registered on the Fitbit, on the Amazfit, then you get the Amazfit for free, right? But you're giving out a membership of the gym for 30 days. If you partner up with some local gyms and stuff, I think you can get that done, relatively cost effective. Material-wise of how to film this is very easy. You don't need a lot of expensive equipment or anything like that. It's more about the story of the people. Understanding a little bit of videography of how it goes to create something like that will be awesome. If it's a YouTube channel, if it's a YouTube show and you follow something like, I don't know, the big channels like Jesse or it's the other guy, James. I think it's James. Like the guy it's got like a more southern accent. Super funny guy anyway. All the gym bros in YouTube are so funny. But you got Jesse Jim, Jesse James West, and God, I have no idea. These are the what the name of the other guy is, but they do collabs anyway. Yeah, so you could get like that. You could do it with grandmas as well, okay? Grandmas, why not? I would tap into people who need it the most, who are not doing it. But you need to find people who are willing to do it. So there's different ways to find these people who are willing to do it. You can approach the young people to serve you and old people to convince their grandma or grandpa to do it. You can approach the wife or girlfriend of the business guy who doesn't work out ever and is developed a beer belly. And that's gonna be for a lot of relationship drama and possibly a lot of work, a lot of breaks up. But like, I didn't want to do this challenge, I did it for you. But anyway, we're trying to sell Fitbits here, and we're trying to sell Amazfits here. So that's what matters. If the relationship is solid from the beginning, nothing's gonna happen. You don't have to worry about anything. If the relationship is shaky, these might stir up some stuff in there. But yeah, this is actually what I would do. So instead of doing the Red Bull approach, which is like crazy stunts, crazy challenges, you go for like, you know what, what's the like a day-to-day stuff? That's one of the things. If you want to go the the Red Bull route, it's like, well, good luck, because Red Bull is Red Bull, and they brought the, they have made the strongest sports brand in the world without a sports product, with the least sport product ever, which is a can of poison, basically, who I think no nutritional value or no athlete would ever really vouch for, but because they do so much crazy stunts, they are the name of crazy and pushing the boundaries. Now you gotta see how you position your brand. Is Amazfit positioning their brand as the craziest thing, or is it just like, we want to keep you healthy? So we have here transformations. If you're traveling for business, Alder versus me. Did you know you can do, did you know in 1 minute you can do all these challenges, right? Business suits, corporation. So I'm gonna do a summary right now, and that's gonna be it. So think inverted, right? And one of those big people said that, I think Einstein, and then some of the people who are investing, they said, think on the inverted. Who doesn't want it? Who needs it? Who is not looking for it? Do we wanna be a brand? What is the mission? Who turns people into health? Okay, what is their brand? What is their mission? Do we have anything about their mission in here? About us. Okay, I'm gonna cheat on this, and I'm gonna ask ChatGPT to give me a summary of this. Okay, help me summarize. Contact us, no, about us. Okay. Summarize. Summary. Okay. Human potential is limitless. Smartwatches and health tools help people discover their best selves. Tagline, discovering amazing. There you go, discovering amazing. Who needs to discover more than, you know, someone who doesn't go to the gym? Health focus, Zep coach, Zep app. They have an app, I guess. Our strengths, long battery, full iPhone and Android compatibility, designed for daily and comfort. Okay, privacy commitment, sustainability efforts, trusted by top athletes, partnered with Hydrox events. Okay, this is kind of cool. Why don't we see more of that? Endorsed by Meg Jacob, blah, 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 awards, mission. Help people unlock their full potential through wearable tech. Help people unlock their full potential through wearable tech. It is exactly the mission I was talking about, okay? So their mission it fits with my ideas here. You don't have to use my ideas, but I don't see any brands doing that, right? And yeah, let's be honest, like most brands would actually have that mission of helping other people to be better, because you're selling a health product, right? Smart band is it's a health product. So who doesn't want it? Who doesn't need it? Who isn't looking for it? I would focus on that. More challenges, okay? $1 or Mr. Gift. Who can hang the longest? Right? So you put 2 people on a dead hang. Who can hang the longest? Boom, you get one. You get an Amazfit. So I would do IRL approach, and this is something I'm very familiar with because I've done several IRL campaigns, in real life campaigns, where I go to a different country, I put the people, I talk to people on the street and I ask them to do challenges for me. I've done it with the XP Pen drawing company, and I've done it with just doing street interviews, okay? I would do street interviews about their fitness life, right? For example, what is the longest you have run? Okay, I would do a complete channel. Okay, complete channel, which would be complete page, Amazfit pages, right? So one of the Amazfit pages that I would do is business. Another one would be street interviews. Another one would be challenges. Could be together with interview. This can be together because these are like IRL, right? You can just call it IRL. Business, street interview. Okay, so these are the pages that I would devote to. Yeah, so I would do horizontal strategy that supports your mission and vision. All right, so this is yours, okay? Based on your mission, based on your mission statement. Okay. All right. That's it for now. That's my content ideation. This is my content audit for Amazfit. Amazfit, if you're interested in these ideas and more, because these are just some of the ideas that I'm coming up with in 1 hour. I'm not giving this too much thought. I don't know much about your brand at all. I don't know about your products. I think you got more stuff, not only bands, but you have a smartwatch here, earbuds, fitness gear. Wow, they got gear. And they got accessories. I don't know what these are. Let's take a quick look. But yeah, I'm coming to an end right now. And for all of them, oh, they got scales. It's smart scales. Okay. Yeah, you really want to lose some weight. What we got here? We got apps, family members. If you got apps and family members, where's the content of like, I mean, I'm not seeing that. Maybe it is there. I'm just not seeing it. I'm just seeing the typical content you would see any brand of fitness do. And that's not going to separate you. Like if I go to Garmin's page, if I go to Garmin, I think Garmin has a little bit more creativity when it comes to it. I haven't done an audit for them, and I like to. Garmin official 2 videos? Garmin connects. Okay, anyway, I'm not seeing it right. I'm sure it's somewhere else. Maybe I spelled it wrong, whatever it is. So that's it. That is my content audit. That is my content audit for Amazfit. And as I said, the pages would be the important part in here. The pages with business, street interviews. At least those two are very, very clearly separated. In business, you can have men and woman, so that would be like two different pages. And for a fact, I know people who are in business who do a lot of traveling who would love to do something like this because they want to be fit, they want to lose weight, they want to look better, they want to feel better, but they have very little time. So the type of like educational also would be kind of cool on like what do you actually need, and like that would be like summarizing podcasts from like Huberman, Andy Galpin, even people like, I don't know, knees over toes guys, or people like that, educational on how to quickly do fitness, because more, I mean, some is better than nothing, right? Especially for people who don't do consistency stuff. The guy on Instagram, he's really good for this. The guy who lives in Bali. Bali Fitness, would that come up like this? Bali Fitness Guru. Let's see if that comes up like this. Bali Fitness Guru. He's like a meditation guy. I think that's it. Probably someone like him. Okay, that's better. So differentiate between different pages to differentiate your brand, to connect with your mission, to connect with your audience, because ultimately what you're doing right there is like you're not connecting with your audience. You're doing great product advertisement, you're doing great product thing, but that's what every brand is doing. And if you okay, we got 40 seconds reminding here on our Instagram live. All right, Instagram, that is a wrap for Instagram. Hope you liked it. Check out more on our YouTube channel. Let's go. I'm gonna make sure to tag them here on this. Horizontal strategy supports, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna finish it a little bit early. I don't think we need any more. Those are my ideas, and as I said, this is only 1 hour live stream. This is live. This is the first time I watched this and stuff, so it's not very curated. If I sit down without speaking to the camera, I'll probably come up with better ideas. I can concentrate and focus a little bit more on how would this actually look like, you know, what would these videos and formats actually have to have on screen, because obviously ideas are well and all, but if you don't have like a good execution, you've got nothing. So for a good execution on here with tester formats, and yeah, you can do pretty much a lot of it. So if you watch this for whatever reason and you consider that I've got good ideas here, and you've got interest in developing ideas that differentiate your brand, not only sell your products, but actually also connect with your audience in a way that give them loyalty over your brand, and they make it connect to your brand, because people only buy things they connect with, right? Or things that are cheap and comfortable, you know, and I don't think you want to go that route. Then contact me. Make sure you contact me. My email is creativemediamario@gmail.com. Just send me a message on here or whatever, and I'll be glad to help. I'll be glad to help on implement these ideas and others as well. And with that being said, have a great day. Mario out.